just get into it? Alright, mono red stuff. I have no strong opinions on whether or not this build is optimal. One thing to note is that we are electing not to play Embercleave in this build, which I don't know whether or not that's the right decision. We are leaning on Experimental Frenzy, so notably not playing Annex. This is probably, not even probably, this build has more parallels to the more honest red aggro deck that was playable before the last rotation. So we're going to go ahead and dive on into a historic event here with this one and see how it goes. Hey, Animane, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Wanting to start historic, what do I recommend? I'd recommend, just like I do for all the formats, head on over to my website. Take a peek at the different decks up there. Watch some of the different games for ones you think might be interesting to you. Hey, thanks for the tip, Space Herring. Get that back in after we're done today. Hope all is well and the waist feeling fine. Love the content and what you do. Thanks for keeping me around, Slayer. Yeah, Christy's doing well. Yeah, I'm interested to play a little bit of the Epic game today. I'd actually backed that one on Kickstarter forever ago. So I'm interested to see what their release looks like. It's been a hot second since I've touched their app. I had streamed it during one of their alpha builds like forever ago. I recall the actual gameplay being very good. I don't think so. They're actually releasing it today, so I don't know if it's up in the app stores. It's supposed to be up in the app stores later today, sometime this morning, but they didn't have an exact time when it was going to be live for me. Their business model, I will say this, regardless of anything else how it goes, their business model is one that I can definitely get behind. So their paper cards are what's called a living card game. So you just buy a box set and just have all the cards, and the limited for the game is similar to like cube drafting in Magic. And their digital app is just completely free. You just install it and you have all the cards on it and you can draft and play Constructed on it. And the way they're monetizing their application is via cosmetics and tournament entry fees. Not sure how that works. Well, if you donated for it last night, I didn't check my donations over the evening. Usually I update the queue after every stream. Epic digital card game. So I'm going to be doing a sponsored segment for them at the end of the stream today after we're done doing some Magic. I'm going to be doing a couple others later this week. Yeah. So later this afternoon, their app is supposed to release on Steam, iOS, and Android later this morning. And then we'll be doing some stuff with it this afternoon. Tournament entry, yeah. Yeah, you know. Smells like Nexus of Fate. Maybe, leading on Castle Embereth, I wasn't thinking about this. They could be a fog deck. Burning this Bonecrusher early might have been a mistake, huh? We actually have not played against that much Nexus in Historic. And this matchup is probably pretty reasonable for us, if I had to venture a guess. And I have very little desire to play Modern. There's going to be less Magic Online on this stream for the time being. I'm going to be scaling back how much Pioneer I'm doing too, just because Pioneer ended up turning into a format very similar to Modern. And there's plenty of good content creators out there who enjoy those formats, but I'm just not enjoying them, so I'm not going to play them. Well, Vomit. Wow, they let me untap with the Firebrands. That seems wrong. Well, now we're just not attacking with these. Hey, Captain Jack, thanks for the 21 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So that puts them to 7. They're at a virtual 5. That being said, they do have Azcanta and Reclamation here. Probably not dying next turn, but we also can't kill them on our following turn, so... Modern Rack, yeah. That's probably fine for your local game store.
Past, present, and future are bound by threads of time. I have just the trick for this.
So I assume because they just shocked themselves there, we're not getting another turn. That feels like the logical, you know. And I'm actually just gonna go ahead and send both of these upstairs here, just so I can get my auto pass value in. I'm just gonna do this so this way they can, you know, pleasure themselves vigorously for us. We don't have to pretend we care. They do notably only have 2 cards in the bin here, so they're a little bit off of flipping this. So not guaranteed dead, but likely. They don't, until they have a sustained source of card advantage. It's usually not too bad, although Nissa kills us very quickly here. So look at that, they have the decency to kill us quickly. That's nice.
You would make an excellent informant to the library.
All right, while this person is doing their thing, just like, it is incredible to me that anybody is stupid enough to support this man. If you don't follow D. Dale on Twitter, he's great. Just like, Trump has gained 10 points since impeachment at the beginning of October. Donald Trump, quoting the article, I've gained 20 points since impeachment began. I don't understand how anybody can vote for or support this pathological liar and the cult that is behind him. It's unreal. It's unreal. He just can't help himself. He's ill. Like, he should not be president of the United States. He is mentally ill and unfit to be president. He rounded up, yeah. It's unreal. And that's before you even get into his policy points, right? Like, his policies are awful and bigoted. Yeah, I agree, Hunox. If he wasn't responsible for destroying the country and the future that my children have, like, I would feel bad for him. Are they dead? Did we do it? Did we do it? Yay! Was it fun? Did y'all have fun, chat? Was it good for you? It wasn't really good for me. That's like peak playing against that archetype. Just like, they did a bunch of stuff, I was bored, but then I won the game, but I was still bored while I was winning because that's just how it works. It's such a rancid stain. Yeah, all on 2 lands, exactly. I don't really have sideboard cards here, which probably makes sense because this matchup's probably good for us. Do I expect them to have some life gain? Maybe I just board in a couple of Tibalts. I don't know if Fry's, like, Fry doesn't kill Tamio. It doesn't kill Nissa. Narset already draws a card. I don't know. I think this is a little bit more aggressive, so I'm just going to do that. Yeah, they might have Krasis post board. Yeah, I'll bring in the Tibalt. Like, if they could have Life Gate in their sideboard. Yeah. And we are going to go back to doing some Pioneer tomorrow because there are a number of Pioneer decks in my queue that I made commitments to play. So I'm going to be playing through them. Yes. Donald Trump has a lot of parallels to Hitler because him and the people around him are literal fascists. Bond of Flourishing is interesting. That means that bringing in the Tibalt is almost assuredly correct. So I can go Ghitu, Shock You, light up the stage. I mean, I don't know that we need Legion Warboss for a matchup like this, right? This type of matchup should be good for us. Gusting that prevents me from getting the extra points here. That's smart. I think I spend this and just play this. Do I? I guess if I hold on to this mana, I can Torbran pre-combat next turn, which is appealing. Yeah, I'm actually just going to do that, I think. Hey, what's going on, enemy? Breaks are good. Refocusing is good. Honestly, Arena, one of the things we talk about Arena lacking still is a competitive focus, but honestly, that does make it a really good casual outlet. Like, even if you want to be just a touch competitive, the 1,000 gold constructed events are super low stakes. Easy to make your entry fee back on. You can still feel good about 5xing them. This current standard format has a lot of neat but not overbearing combos in it. I actually really like traditional mono red as well, Flying V. I think more traditional mono red aggro decks are healthy for formats and they're good to play with and against. Nice, 30 digits. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Annex and Cleave is not an honest aggro deck. Brazen Borrower. Okay, I think we just let this happen. I don't think I want a castle here, right? Because they're taking 4, 5, 6. So they'd take 4 more. So I don't think that's useful. So I'm gonna hit them, and I'm gonna get this stage lit up. Let's do this. So, like, it's annoying when they take a turn here, but they're not really accomplishing much with that turn. Oh, I shouldn't have played the last Lava Runner out, right? I wasn't paying attention to the Blast Zone. Are they still dead on board even if they blow the Blast Zone? This is 4, 6, 5, and then 3 more. Yeah, they're still dead even if they pop the Blast Zone, so. Oh, they just played it? I'm a little scattered this morning. Bye, Felicia. I don't actually know that Nexus is that good in this format. So, like, maybe that's the reason they haven't banned it. It's annoying to play against like it was in Standard, but I don't actually think it's that good. Just one of those where, like, even when you win... Did I forget to tweet that I was live? God, I'm just all over the place this morning. I posted on Discord. Yeah, this is great. Search your library for a basic land. Alright, sure. Yeah, it's really weird to me, and maybe they were thinking about historic when they did it. But it feels kind of strange to me how many anti-fog, anti-nexus deck cards they printed after it rotated out of Standard. Because, like, if Questing Beast and Bonecrusher Giant had been legal when that combo was in Standard, I feel like it would have been a lot less obnoxious. Alright, I would like to shock you. I would like to light this stage up. I would like to play this. I would like to do this. I would like to attack you for 6. Is it a Tezzeret deck? It might be. I think it's a dead deck. Barney Griffin. We're the villain in this one, almost assuredly. Almost assuredly. Rawr. Alright, so it looks like they're playing a more controlling deck, which means I probably want more card advantage post board. I think I actually trim Torbran because I don't want that many 4s, especially if I'm bringing in an extra Frenzy. Like, if they're going to be interacting with my board, this becomes less appealing. I'm going to trim the Wizard's Lightnings, I think. I'm not quite sure if they're going to have life gain or not. We might reserve the right to bring in the Tibalt. Easy mulligan here. Yeah, Dan, exactly. It's also therapeutic that, like, if you find a deck incredibly frustrating to play against, it's often good for you to actually play it, because you'll see when you're playing with the deck that it's not actually unbeatable, right? Playing the deck that you have a hard time beating often gives you a good perspective. Hey, BJ Lightning, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Yeah, we're probably gonna hit Standard pretty quickly today. What's going on, Bacon? Yeah, we're going to be doing less Pioneer. We're going to do a little bit more Historic because I do want to keep non-rotating formats in the mix. Standard's good, but variety's the spice of life. We are going to be diving back into doing more Historic tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Just because I want to get back into the queue. I want to get through the queue that's in there. Stomp their face because we're going to play this out next turn. Hey, Sutters, thanks for the half a year. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. I will definitely be doing beginner level content for it, Saban. I'll probably be fumbling through it a touch myself. It's been a hot second since I played it. I played a couple of games last night against the AI to refamiliarize myself with the rules, but yeah, I'll be talking through the details and highlighting cards extra. I think I just Chandra here and get her going, work her up towards ult. So I don't think their release is available yet. I don't think they've pushed their release version till it might be another hour or two. They're supposed to happen at some point this morning. But when it does release, it'll be completely free. And it's not just free in the way that free-to-play games are often free. By installing the app, you have access to every card in their game, which is a really neat model. And they plan to just monetize via cosmetic and tournament entry fees. The digital app has the first 3 sets that are available. I think they have a 4th set in paper, but their digital is releasing with the first 3. Yeah, I think that alone could potentially allow them to carve out a little bit of the market, just because it's a very consumer-friendly business model. Interested in the paper version. Flood of Tears, so that's what they're doing. Okay. There's only one of those in there. Alright, so I think I'm going to stomp their face, light up the stage. No, oh, that was the wrong one. Well, now we'll light up the stage, I guess. Alright, well, if I hadn't misclicked on this, we'd have 2 Ghitus to attack here, but we're probably still fine regardless. Epic card game. We're gonna do a little bit of it on stream after we do a few hours of Magic today. And before they live at 1, right? That would be justice, right? They're dead this turn though, right? It's dead a couple different ways. Mono red deck busted. Look at that. We're overkilled by 1. Didn't matter that we missed a point. Yeah, Runeterra is the game made by Riot. So Epic card game is actually called Epic card game. And it's made by a smaller company called White Wizard. Is epic. The gameplay is very good. The gameplay is very interactive. Wizard of the Blades. Oh no. Oh no, we found the mono red mirror, chat. We're in the 2-0 bracket. We're the mono red deck's mirror. No, that's a different one, Foxicon. Are they as small as Watsy? Much smaller than Watsy. Oh no, chat. I forgot to fill my water. It's been a very scatterbrained morning. I need to go and fill my water bottle after this. I guess I do this and play my land to pass. No water is bad against the red deck. You're not wrong. Yikes. Yikes. All right. Hoping for some 1-mana spells. He said before he bricks and dies. Hey, Loot Zombie, thank you for the entire year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Let's get your sword to go with that shield. Yeah, we're in here. Definitely a Lava Coil matchup. Chainwhirler seems great. Feels like an all Doomblades on deck matchup. I just want as many removal spells as possible to kill their things. Chandra's probably not bad. Do I want Frenzy? I almost feel like I don't. Need 3 more cuts here. Torbran Goblin Chainwhirler is certainly a combo. You're not wrong. I mean, War Boss is always strong when it doesn't get taken off the table. And people can't block it. Huh? Maybe it's crazy to trim Steam-Kin. Card just like doesn't block well, often dies. I'm gonna trim Steam-Kin. Hey, Patreon, good morning. For folks that weren't here yesterday, by the way, if you have like 10 minutes today, if you didn't do it, you should fill out the wizard survey. And click the radio button for yours truly under the content creator section. Fair warning, it is not a short survey. It's gonna take you a bunch of your time. 10 minutes might be generous. If you read slowly, it's gonna be longer than that. So, I think what? Sure. Your deal 1, gain 1 resolves. Seems like a good exchange for me. It takes forever on a computer, too. They want to keep me off light up the stage, sure. That seems needlessly defensive, though. Thanks, Thane. I think I just played this. I think holding the stomp is more valuable than holding the deal 1. Even if this has slightly less power while it's in play. Rewarded. He's dead, Jim. You've killed him. You're a monster. Red Rover, let Javier come over. Defensive champion. Get him out of here. You jumbly request a timeout. We got you. What does a jumbly request look like? I think I just untap, right? I get punished for drawing a 4-drop, but that's it. He says before he draws a 4-drop.
You and I are gonna take him out. Sit back and watch it burn.
Pre-recorded. This stream was pre-recorded in front of a live Twitch audience, chat. Never forget. I mean, they're basically dead, right? No, you should play the deck that you enjoy playing. If you enjoy playing Inverter, you should play Inverter. If Inverter's still legal come March, I would be incredibly surprised if they ever have plans to ban it. If Inverter's still legal come March, this is probably going to be an all-arena stream. That's not true. I have like a month's worth of backlog of decks. If Inverter's still legal by the time... If Inverter's still legal by the time my deck queue empties, I think I'm just going to permanently put Moto decks at $50 and call it a day. And we'll just play that application sparingly when people pay me to do it. That honestly might be the right decision anyways. I was mostly only keeping Moto content around because, like, Standard sucked. But if Standard's good and I'm enjoying Historic, there's, like, less reason to dip into Magic Online consistently. Yeah, I've had pretty endless supply of Standard decks that I'm struggling to get through, so I can just do more of those. Easy keep. He's dead, Jim. You killed him. It's been very aggressive. We're 2-0. We're in game 3 of Amir currently. Sick. I guess this is awkward because I can only cast one of these. Play a Phoenix. Rats. Perfect. This Frenzy's gonna have to be pretty good for them. Our hand is decent here, and our board is good. Ban nothing, unban fetches, reprint Hagak. I didn't block here because if they had a shock, I didn't want to get, didn't want to get blown. Are they dead? This is 3, this is 2, this is 5. Yeah, they're dead. They were dead to this too. Obs, we are the mono red master. I boarded my frenzies out. I don't know if that's right, but I don't know, it felt right, chat. I'm a millennial, so I'm all about doing what feels good. Oh no, I forgot to go fill my water. Chad even tried to help me. Alright, I'm probably gonna go do that real quick. I think I have enough time. It's just around the corner. God, this hand's so good. I'm on that one. Alright, I'm gonna run and fill my water really quick. Just like 30 seconds. BRB. Blue-white control. Lick slips. Let's do it. Esper. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's deal some damage to yourself, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. I'm a professor, and my colleagues were complaining about millennials, and I had to point out that I'm a millennial, and pretty much none of the students are. Yeah. Are they boomers? Because that sounds pretty peak boomer, to not understand the definition of the words they're using while complaining. So Epic tweeted out that they just released on digital, or they just released on Android and iOS, and they're supposed to be releasing for everything else later, or for Steam later today. It's boomer energy, yep. Hey, thanks for the half a year spread. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Gaia's Wrath, that's rude. Yeah, actually, I kickstarted their game, Brad, and I had streamed some of their alpha forever ago. One of the many boxes back here on my shelf. Is this it? I got it. Yeah, there's a bunch of physical epic cards. I think I had their first 2 or 3 sets of paper. That was rude. Oh, I can't cast. I was like, oh, I want to cast this while they're tapped out. Cost 6 at the moment. The survey is long. I was not lying to you when I told you the survey was long. Don't absorb me, don't absorb me, don't absorb me, don't absorb me, don't absorb me. Dang it, Bobby. I asked you explicitly not to do that one thing. Maybe I'm not supposed to... Maybe I'm not supposed to play into that there just so I have lethal on board. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to wait a turn just so they're dead on board. Well, if that wasn't the best draw in my deck, I don't know what is. I don't think that's true, AGH. So, like, the survey is long in a way that will discourage some people from responding, but there's lots of different ways in which you can structure a survey. And like, if their goal is a particular type of data collection, that's more the data that they're getting from that collection will be more important than getting everyone to fill it out. That starts it. So that survey is definitely long enough that a non-zero number of people are going to be like, nah, I'm off it once they start clicking through it. But they don't necessarily need everyone to complete it. Thanks for the 1.5 years, Kuntz. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Varus Dren, thank you for the 1/4 year. Am I supposed to side in Fry? I don't know. Like, being an interactive deck doesn't seem like a good plan here. I'm a fan of the smiley face frowny face survey, very in depth. For people talking about them failing to mention Pioneer, don't attribute malice to that which is explained by incompetence. Whatever intern was copying questions from previous surveys definitely just forgot to add it. It's a newer format still. I don't know. I feel like I don't want it here though. I feel like I don't want it. I just want to smork people. Fry is probably good against White Weenie aggro. Hey, feel the burn. Glad to hear you are, Kid Gammo. Thanks for the entire year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Ooh, they could bring in Lyra. That's a good thought. If they see Lyra, I'll bring in Fry. So Pioneer was included in some of the questions and not others, I believe. Maybe they updated it midway to include it in everything, but it was definitely missing for some of them. So my potential theory on why they probably finally included me as a radio option is because I bet I always encourage people to fill those out and put me in the other box. So if they give me my own radio box, it's easy to filter me out. Whereas if I have people typing my name in the other section, people probably typo my name in lots of different ways. And then it's harder to filter me out when my name is typoed a bunch of different ways. Jokes on them, I put you in the other section too. God bless. I mean, to be fair, I know there's other people that have been included in those radio buttons before that they also don't like to work with. There's a certain size threshold, I think, where you just get included on there, and that makes sense, right? They should be collecting data about people in their community that are reaching a certain range of audience. And between my Twitch presence and my YouTube presence, I'm not the biggest Magic person on Twitch and I'm not the biggest Magic person on YouTube, but with those two combined, I'm probably in the top maybe even 3 or 4 Magic content creators in terms of raw watch time on the internet. I don't want to lead on here. Whatever I play is getting absorbed, so what do I want to get absorbed? I think Frenzy is last. I think it's Chandra. Well, I assume they include people like Amy Sociopenguin because Amy's one of the people they like to work with. So WotC and the people that they choose to work with is very cliquish. As with most things in life, who you know and who likes you is more important than anything else. Yeah, I agree, Nels. My total subscriber count on YouTube is kind of low, but the volume of content I put out means my total watch time is quite high. I think I'm just gonna shock their face and ignore their Teferi here. Just put them to dead on board.
Trust me, I have a plan.
In general, I'd encourage you, Brimstone, I appreciate the praise of my own stuff, but there's no need to compare what I do directly to other people. General question playing against control, is it better to sit and not let them use their counters, or do you want to force them to use them? It depends on the situation, Hamblin. So when you're in a situation where you already have a board presence, it's generally correct to wait, so that way they're forced to interact with your board and then you play stuff while they're tapped out. So as with most things in Magic, context is key. Are we gonna 5-0 and be done with this deck in 50 minutes? Yeah, probably. So I've been live for 51, but we've been playing this deck for 45, and we're 4-0. Cause it's a sneeper keeper, do 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 do, sneep papa, keep papa, do 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 do, do 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 do. Kill it with Goblin. I've missed you, little diagonal Goblin. You're so angry and stabby. Just gonna go ahead and kill this now. Not get into any kind of trouble with a random bump spell. Nah, I think I have enough good 4-drops there that I want to jam Chewy. If I sit back on my haunches and don't do anything, I give them a chance to play instant speed removal spells and interact with my board, which isn't ideal. That's unfortunate. Hopefully Frenzy can pull us through here. I don't think Cry is very good against Soul Siblings because their cards tend to get pretty big pretty quickly. All right, Mr. Frenzy. I'm trusting you. I know you're experimental, but I'm a good scientist. Help me out here. I have no idea why this list doesn't play Embercleave. Maybe it's good to not play Embercleave. Maybe it's bad to not play Embercleave. I'm playing the deck list someone paid me money to play. You know, I actually don't think I want a Wizard's Lightning during my upkeep. I think I need something better than that. I don't think I can spend this mana. Yikes. I mean, I guess this is okay. This lets my first striker eat their stuff, and it means these two things can't attack. So, like, if this is a blank, they don't have good attacks here. And it makes the shock on top of my deck absurd. Wow. Yeah, deal Arena. So I take 6 down to 3, and they lose 2 cards here. This exchange seems real good for us. Yeah, so we get to shock, kill a Spellbreaker here. I think I'm just gonna draw that. All right, if we don't get punked out of this game, if they don't like lightning strike us, we should be in an incredible spot. Pretty unlikely to lose from here. Yeah. Yeah, Frenzy. Frenzy is such... I've missed playing with and against this card. It's so much more interesting and fun than Embercleave. Like, it's a really powerful card that can often end the game, but it's higher variance than Cleave in a way that's really exciting, right? Like, it creates stressful, interesting gameplay in a way that's not just instantly done. Gives your opponent a chance to interact more. You don't have to have, like, the destroy effect that turn or die. Yeah, and there's still gameplay after it. I really like most things in guilds and RNA. I like this card a lot. And like most things in Eldraine, Embercleave really misses the mark, I think. I think it's not a particularly good or well-designed card. Yeah, of course we have a historic page on my website. It's in the main navigation at the top. This might be too many 4s. Maybe I don't want the extra Frenzy. Just want 2. Let's just do 2 in the Lava Coils. I think there's 6 or 7 decks up on the historic page of my website. What's the best way to say this? If Embercleave wasn't intended to be a standard constructed playable card, I think they should fire everyone who worked on the design team. Which is my very strong way of saying there's no way they didn't know Embercleave would be a constructed playable card. There's no way that was a surprise. Embercleave is very obviously pushed for constructed. I think your assessment that it was supposed to be an EDH card is way off base. You have a Domri's Ambush here. They are the same design team that thought it was okay to print Once Upon a Time, so you know, a little bit of haziness there to begin with. Second, Domri's Ambush here is super punishing for me. I took a little bit of a risk since I drew a second Steam-Kin, not just lightning striking to kill this, and we got super punished here because I'm now unable to kill it with lightning strike, so we're probably just dead here. I mean, Saffron Olive also thinks the London Mulligan's to blame for things, so maybe don't put a lot of weight in his evaluation skills. I don't recall where he stood on the Stoneforge Mystic and Jace. That's usually my baseline for things. Did someone think Stoneforge Mystic was too good? If yes, then you probably should ignore their card evaluation. Glothus does a good job of stabilizing them here. The fact that they're missing a second green could go a long way towards us winning this game, though. Yes, there were people on literal play design who gave quotes talking about how they were worried about Stoneforge Mystic. And obviously, a bunch of people regarding... That was a good draw. We could die here, but if we don't die, we're in a very good spot. We're going to 3, they're going to 9. If they have brick, we have them dead on board. If I play Firebrand and attack with everything, and they only block this, they take 5/9. So if I play this, they have to block 2 things. So it's correct to attack with everything because they have to block 2 things, right? Because of the castle. Alright, so we need... Oh, I guess not only do we need a brick out of them, but I need a live draw. So if this is a brick, I'm still going to 1 and they're going to 6. And then I need to peel at least a point of damage off the top, because I only have 5 on board with Torbran plus Castle. Okay, come on. Burn spell. Burn spell. Did they just concede when they weren't dead on board and I was dead on board the next turn? You know, we take those around here. We take those around here. Land wasn't lethal. I only had 4 mountains. You need 6 mountains to double activate Castle, chat. It isn't called Red Deck Loses. Listen, we titled the deck RDW, which stands for Red Deck Wins. In 55 minutes and 40 seconds, we went 5-0. I said at the start I didn't really have strong opinions on the details in this list. After playing with it and 5-0ing very easily, I can only conclude the list is perfect. Everybody knows that results-based thinking works exactly like that. All things considered, on a more serious note, I felt like this actually had a pretty good mix of things. So the one big question people had was, why are we not playing Embercleave? And the one thing that Embercleave is really awkward with, and we've seen this in Standard, is Embercleave is pretty awkward with light up the stage, right? So the fact that we're playing more 4-mana spell, or these 4-mana spells are top end, means we're more likely to be able to actually draw 2 with this card as opposed to breaking off with it. Having played this card in Standard, having all of them is awkward at times. You usually don't want to see more than one. And same thing with Torbran. And both of these are incredibly powerful 4-drops that are awkward in multiples. So the fact that we got to have a split of 2 different powerful cards so they were less likely to be awkward felt reasonable as well. So I don't know about the sideboard. Like, I don't know that Fry is really how I want to attack the blue-white matchup. It's probably fine against Lyra, though, and it's probably good against Soul Sister, so I could see that being reasonable. I wasn't sure if Tibalt was better in the sideboard than Rampaging Ferocidon, but if I'm being incredibly honest with you, while I almost switched the submission from Tibalt to Rampaging Ferocidon, the primary reason I didn't is because this card does not have a foil option, and this deck is on 100% foil right now. So I think this is probably better than Tibalt, but this didn't have a foil, and the person who submitted this deck had Tibalt in the sideboard, so I was like, I'm not gonna change it because I want the deck to be all foil. And like, at the end of the day, it's pretty marginal either way. So, you know, don't you judge me, chat. Don't you be jealous of my money and judge me. It's chat's money anyways. It's not really my money. All right, anywho, I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while we get set up for the first Standard deck of the day. When we get back, we are going to jam some Bant control here, featuring 4 of my favorite cards in the new set. Be back in just a few. Thanks for hanging out today, everyone. Don't go anywhere. That's true. That's true. Whale money does get written off on the tax at the end of the year. Speaking of whale money and getting written off on taxes, I think my F2K partnership might have been able to hook me up with a raid sponsorship. So if you're someone thinking of trying raid at my recommendation, you should wait a week so that way you could use my referral link when I get one. and then I can write those purchases off. It'll be great. Feel the burn. Early voting starts in Texas today. That's awesome to be able to announce. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Daniel. Thanks for doing your democratic duty and getting out and being part of the electoral process. These people are great. Buy their stuff. Let's restart this client. Yeah, the fact that it's called Epic Card Game and it's made by a small company and not Epic Games is definitely one we're going to explain a lot today. Yes, I mean, to be fair, the reason why I bought some stuff in Raid and started playing it was because they approached me to possibly sponsor. So, you know, it was exploration for... I've definitely written off purchases for games that, like, I bought to play that ended up not being good enough for me to stream. Because most mobile game sponsorships I turn down because they're not good. How do the teams work? Yeah, that's basically what the teams are. So the teams are this little advertising ticker here that I'm spinning around. F2K gives me this, and I get some ad dollars for putting it up on my stream. The Twitch ad requirement that I need to run things in between my games also is a requirement that I get with them, but then they also help hook me up with sponsorship stuff. And that's what we were talking about, Covern. F2K is actually pretty sure they're going to be able to hook me up with a sponsorship with them because they have connections. Yeah, I think that's going to happen next week, Chef Seth. They'd actually asked about doing it this week, but I'd already agreed to do Epic Digital stuff, so I don't want to overdo it. Update the deck yet? I did. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a sponsor stream with it next week. Catch up fights.